Good afternoon. Here from cool, crisp air, sunny day, Florida, also known as Seminole Nation, possibly, but at least Turtle Island. So, anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about today, you guys, or this video, is propaganda. Now, most people would think, "Oh, fuck propaganda! It would never work on me." If we learned anything from the Russian interference into our elections, propaganda still works. I'm telling you, I was prepared beforehand because of people I know or knew. But for example, one person I met, and we just met. We just met. We were just talking. I didn't even know him from Adam. And I said, you know what? My life is an open book. Ask me anything. And what he said was, my life is an open pamphlet. Okay, so what does that mean? Say you're back in the old days, right? Or maybe even these days. You have military, you have communications people, and you have cultural people who know the culture of the region or country. You just fly over, drop pamphlets or other forms of propaganda, maybe or maybe not with humanitarian aid. And you know what? People pick them up, they read them, and there goes an idea in that head that's just propaganda. But what happened, at least part of the way, is that a lot of people were on Facebook during the elections. What year was that again? There's one before. It was the first Trump 1.0. Sorry, I swear I'm not crazy. I just can't remember the dates. I'm trying to survive the day with like surviving cancer. Anyway, so what happened that I saw on Facebook? Lots of people, billions of people on Facebook with there was suddenly these memes and then the Russian RT that started picking up some of them. I had mentioned this yesterday in a video. Were picking up leftist positions and pushing them, and so some people were like, "Look at Russia! Like what? What are they doing? That's kind of cool, because it wasn't too off." And then there were these memes, at least memes, that came out that were highly hateful, radically right. Okay, so you got your radical left and your radical right now. So what that means is these are propaganda. Is propaganda. It's Russian propaganda on us. Don't think Russia doesn't know us that well. They have spies too. And when people hear me talking about spies, they think I'm crazy. I've known of them. I've known people who work in the CIA that is spies, and they exist. And my favorite museum, maybe now, I'm not sure, is the International Spy Museum. I haven't been to it for years, but yeah, it's a good one. Or at least was. Oh yeah, Trump was gonna take over all the museums. Anyway, propaganda. You need to look out for it, especially now. We have a propagandist in chief that I call him. He's the communications person for the White House, and he's good. He's real good. Um, so people are talking, and I was just reading Brian Leiter's blog about civil unrest. The Pentagon is training the National Guard to deal with civil unrest. Now, the way that could work, and with what I only know limited things. Other people have other specializations. So I have a background in psych and a background with knowing propagandists. Well, how about that? Um, so watch out for propaganda. Okay, don't let it make you do something you wouldn't normally do. Okay, if you can help it, try to stay away from anything that is propaganda like, or places, even online, they're full of propaganda. And I mean, sometimes you have to because you have to fight, but psychologically, you don't want false beliefs in your head to even enter your mind because eventually you could believe them. Okay. So be careful around propaganda. When Ron DeSantis was running for president, I looked at his website for about 5 minutes and I said, this is entirely terrible, dangerous propaganda. No one look at it. So, but usually I look up every candidate's website and I'm like, you know what? Because a lot of people don't. I'm like, here's the website for Ron DeSantis. See what you think, see what you think. Do your research for your vote. And so usually I'm like always telling everybody read every candidate's website. Ron DeSantis's website was so dangerous with propaganda that I recommended no one, even me, to look at it ever, and for me, never again. So that's one thing. Propaganda can lead you to act in ways that you wouldn't normally. It's like a brainwashing, and yeah, it's terrible, and can lead people to do things that are terrible, like genocide or stuff like that. You know, um, we know that from Rwanda, at least, right? And then also, obviously, the Holocaust. So, anyway, I just want to talk to you about propaganda. I'm watching these two little dogs out here. Well, they're not little. Well, one of them is. But it's a cool, crisp day. They love this air. And it's a great Halloween day. I hope that I'm not, ruining it for you by talking about propaganda. But, you know, people on the right have considered our internal politics in the United States to be warfare. For a long time, they have. And so I wouldn't put it past people in charge right now to use things like black ops and propaganda on us, or use the CIA as a weapon, or use the FBI as a weapon. But, you know, uh, other people give good advice at will, please. And I'm just saying, watch out for propaganda in any way, shape, or form. If you see it, you can call it out and identify it. I did to those people, two people on Facebook. One time, I captured a meme and I said, I just want to study this. And one philosopher, I forgot who, he said, um, don't say anything. And I really was studying propaganda at the time when I knew a propagandist who does things in other countries but could work on its own people. All right. Well, anyway, it's getting late here, 4:38. We're going to give out maybe some treats tonight. I'm not sure, but it'll be great. So you guys have a happy Halloween. And if you've already Halloweened in some other country, like the UK, I hope you had a good one. All right. Peace.